Welcome back to Parkside Manor, everybody. It is April the 16th, 2025. We have a ton of things to show you. I'm not going to bore you with the details. Let's just show you the details. Let's jump in. All right, so we are now inside the main floor of this house and 90% done. We're holding off on around the stairs over there just because we want to get the floating stairs in place and bring everything in together so it's clean and tight. But, you know, things that I want to point out, tiles are flat, grout lines are straight. This space is just looking amazing, and believe later on today we're going to have the kitchen cabinets delivered to site. Let's just have a look around and just see what there is to see on this floor. So again, this is going to be the dining area, so to speak. In here, powder room number one. In here, this is the client's office. This is going to be an amazing space to have to get some work done. So I think they're looking forward to being able to use this space. And then coming over here, right? So dining here, massive island here, wall cabinets across there. Over here will be the pantry, nice big walk-in pantry. And then coming in here, second powder room for this floor so they can host some pretty awesome parties. But this is also so that when their kids are playing in their sports court in the backyard here, that they can not have to traipse through the whole house to use the washroom. And in here will be their mud/laundry room. So looking really good. We've been getting these interior doors on, and we started to show what the door frames look like last week from that video. Here we can now see that the doors are actually in here. They're super, super heavy, solid, but the really neat thing with these ones is once these guys close, it is just totally flush with the drywall. So very, very cool detail. Good morning.
Good morning, how you doing?
Great. So in here, we've now got the fireplace surround done on this side of the wall. I think it's done on the other side of the wall as well. So now we're in the primary ensuite. Slightly different product in here as compared to what's in the bedroom. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. So we're in the bonus room here now. All of the millwork that I think is going in here for the moment is here. There's some modifications that are getting made to what was ordered, so good times on that. But you know what? Sometimes things happen and we've just got to roll with it and fix it, right? Closets. We've got ladders for the cabinets that are going to go in here on the floor. Those are in. Same thing in here as well. Okay, so here we are in the basement of this beautiful home, and we are just getting ready to start doing spray foam on the exterior walls and then touching up where we've had to break up the existing slab to get plumbing moved, to add footings, all sorts of different things. So we are so close. I believe we're going to be spray foaming on Thursday this week, and so by the time we record next week, this will likely be concrete everywhere. We might even get lucky and see concrete going in. I was actually here yesterday checking in on some things, and one of the things that I found was back here is the steel stud that we've scissored to the joist, and I'll talk about that in a second, was just a little bit close to one of the water lines. And so I guess I bring that up because one of our mandates here is that every project has to get 2 pairs of project manager eyes on it every week. And the reason for that is, as a project manager, it is so easy to get blinders on and start missing like really obvious defects. So having a second set of eyes to come in and just check to make sure that everything is hunky-dory and that you haven't missed anything is super, super, super beneficial. So let's talk about the silver stuff that we see in the ceiling here. Now, typically we use a product called Resilient Channel on our ceilings, and that is a really great way to add soundproofing to your home. The reason why we have opted to use steel stud and scissor the joist with that on this project is to get the ceiling dead level. There's a bunch of elements that are going on in this home that require the ceiling to be as flat as possible. So we've got steel stud here. So basically what happens is the guys set a laser over there, and then they just take this steel stud and place it on the side of the joist and screw it to the side of the joist. So now the drywall is going to hang off of the steel stud, which will also act as a decoupling membrane for sound transfer. What it does is it decouples the drywall from the floor above. If you don't have something like this or resilient channel, your floor assembly actually works a bit like a drum, almost exactly like a drum. So if we decouple the drywall from the bottom of the floor joist, here we've both achieved a perfectly flat ceiling and reduced sound transfer. You know, other things that we're looking for are places where pipes are too tight. So one thing I noticed yesterday as well, and I'm really sensitive to this because it's one of these things that nobody really catches or thinks about until the clients have moved in, the house is quiet, and a vent pipe for a boiler or a plumbing drain starts ticking. And that's due to expansion and contraction. It drives me crazy. And so we work really hard to make sure that we've got space between vent pipe and framing members so that it can expand and contract. And so I caught yesterday that this one's a little bit tight up there. Darren's gonna have the plumbers come back and just make sure that there's some decent amount to give there so that pipe can expand and contract and not rub against the wood, thereby causing ticking noises, thereby infuriating my clients, which then infuriates me. Thanks so much for watching. If you're interested in doing a massive renovation for yourself or even a little one, we'd love to hear from you. Reach out to us on our website, sprucehill.ca, or call us at the office, 604-971-4899. In the meantime, thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe, and stay awesome, everybody.